Hi guys, Mewtwo King,
And Salem.
and today we're going to be talking about the Links, and who is the best of the three, between Link, Young Link, and Toon Link. This is the first time there's been 3 Links in a Smash game, and in this game they're all very different from each other. You have Link, who's the Breath of the Wild Link, who has a completely different moveset from before. He's super buff from previous games, and he has, most notably, in my opinion, the most notable change is his bombs, which are nothing like any other bomb that he's ever had, which I will talk about shortly. Toon Link is from the Wind Waker series, and also it was introduced in Brawl. And Young Link is from the Nintendo 64, Majora's Mask, and Ocarina of Time. And that character is also introduced from Melee. So these are 3 very different characters who, while they play kind of similarly, they're also quite different from each other.
Most important thing here is all the Links have the hero spin, all the Links have a boomerang, all the Links have a bomb, and all the Links have bows and arrows.
How good do you think they'd be if they had bombs? What if they could transform their bombs into bombs?
No.
Into bomb? Well, what if?
Don't
what
care.
if? No. Hear
Nope.
me out. What if they
Not hearing you
changed
out.
one of the Links
La 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 la
to
la.
a bomb true? So to first start off, I'm going to talk about Link. Link from Breath of the Wild. The most notable change is actually his bombs, which are completely different from before. They're actually remote bombs, so you throw them, and they won't detonate until you press down B again. So you basically pick it up, you throw it, and then you have like a remote control in your hand, and you can just press the button, and then it explodes like, I forget, like 10 frames later or something like that.
They also have a set timer, and they also have their own health, though it has to take quite a beating before it actually explodes. Probably like 30 or 35 damage-ish.
Damn, I've never even seen, I didn't even know that because I've never even seen that situation.
It takes a lot of hits.
The bombs are super good. You can do them, you can do really large, complex Link combos of like, I think it's like you neutral air and back air for like shield pressure and for combos. There's a lot of Link tech with it, but even just on a basic level, you can put them near the ledge and ledge trap with them to cover options safely. You can cover it around the ledge or even to frame and hit below stage. You can also just throw it out at them and try to edge guard, and even if you miss, it's not a big deal because it's not like you were there. You still have the advantage even if you miss. It's unfortunate if it misses. The bombs are really good, and it's one of the main things that separates them. Another thing that Link has that's really notable and important is his neutral air. His neutral air only has like 6 or 7 frames landing lag, and basically you can literally nair shield, and if your character isn't Mario or Game & Watch or something like that, then you pretty much don't get a guaranteed punish. So unless you're pairing, it's basically a guessing game. So Link can do like nair grab, nair spot dodge, fast fall grab, and there's all these mix-ups, and it's even more deadly if he has a bomb in his hand because he can just do it, and with bomb jumps, you might want to just roll away and hope they don't hard read the roll away, stuff like that. That's what like top optimal meta is. So between bombs and his nair, these are some of the most important things, because Link can literally just be ignorant and just nair. And there was one time I saw on Twitter like a month ago, it lost to T's Link, and he tweeted that he literally lost to 1 move. So I feel like that's an important move to mention.
Link's nair can be at least like -2 if you do it perfectly on shield. So that means you can actually avoid up B's out of shield from like Mario and Game Watch as long as you do it perfectly, and you can also grab the person first as well.
So not a single character has a guaranteed punish. It's either a guessing game, you roll away, or you parry.
Yes.
It's
very strong.
Or you could just be ignorant with Game Watch and Mario and hope they're not perfect, which is probably going to work too.
Depends.
Another thing very important is he's the strongest Link. Like, he hits the hardest. If you hit with the forward smash or the forward air, you notice that they'll get sent flying really far, really fast. Forward air kills really early, and forward smash kills extremely early as well. You also have the Blade Beam, which
it doesn't do
when
anything.
you're at 0%, it does extra damage. So if you ever wanted to just start neutral by running up to them and forward smashing, that's probably a bad strategy, but it's kind of cool.
And you can spam it really quickly.
You can pick up arrows. I think that might put them up a tier.
The arrows are okay.
Wait, really? I thought that was like a meme.
No,
like
they're
it
actually
doesn't matter.
okay. You can actually use them to do combos as well. It's just they have very little hit stun, so you have to be on point with your combos if you're gonna use arrows. But besides that, they're just there to make people pick them up by accident.
Oh.
Or you can use double arrow, which makes your shooting an arrow like super strong, more than usual, and it can kill people.
And for ledge trapping, I see T do this a lot, but if you're on the ledge and he looks for any change in movement, he assumes this normal stand, and he just does forward tilt. And that, if they're like 85% the edge of the stage, there's a high chance they're going to just die. So the forward tilt's really good at catching the ledge stand. You just look for any change in movement, assume it's normal stance, and then you just forward tilt, and it'll work. He also has bomb recoveries, which is really good because even like a Game Watch Bear, it's multi-hit. and it won't stop it. You need a single strong hit. So you have to predict where he's going, or you have to time it well. It's not always the easiest, especially because Link can just mix up where he goes, when he does it, the timing. There's different ways to mix it up, and that also makes his recovery really, really good, especially on the big blast zone stage.
One funny thing to note is that Link has a grab, a normal grab, a frame 6 grab. The other Links have hook shots, tether grabs. That's the funny part.
Yeah, that's really important too.
Because every Smash game before, hook shot, or hook claw, but hook shot. But now he can actually just run up to you and just grab you. He looks like just a zoner, but he can actually just fight you.
And his sword in this game, he basically traded... Imagine what Link is in Melee and Marth is in Melee. Now imagine that they just traded swords. Link's sword is now the super, super long sword, and Marth's sword is just like way shorter. Everything you knew from Melee, it's all reversed now. Now Link, you try to come above Link, he's just going to up tilt to up smash you. You think you're going to get a trade? Nope, that sword is way too long. And it's strong. It's nothing like it's ever been. It's just way better.
And now for Link's weaknesses. His up B is...
Frame 7.
It's about frame 7.
I just looked it up.
It's not like the best, but you can use it. It's just if someone gets behind you, when you up B, you kind of have to like reverse it. So you have to actually reactionary up B compared to just be like, oh, I have to just do it. No, you can't always do that. That's not the case. Because like with the other Links, you can almost do that because theirs are slightly faster, right? Slightly faster.
Actually, I just looked this up.
But
I actually tested it. Toon Link's up B at a shield is frame 6, but behind him it's 7.
So that means Link's would be 9.
Link's is 7. I didn't test behind him. And Young Link's is frame 9. It's 8 or 9.
8 or 9.
But Young Link's is the slowest. I think Young Link's is either 8 or 9, but it kind of is his body on like frame 9 basically. Whereas Toon Link, it's 2 frames faster in the front. 6 versus 8, and Link's is just 7 in the front, and I didn't test it.
That must mean his must be slower because there's
so
Link's
is the average one. Toon Link's is the super fast one, and Young Link's is the worst.
But either way, the other Links have better punishes. That's the main thing. Some of Link's combos are weird, like his down tilt and boomerang. Like, if you hit either of those moves, people can just DI away from him, and he usually doesn't get a follow-up. Like, even if they're frame perfect, you can actually not get the follow-up at all.
Yeah,
as long as they DI away.
Most people, when I fight them, they don't know about that.
Yeah,
and
there's actually a lot of
I realized over the years, I think I learned this in some of the past Smash games. I forget if I learned this in Brawl or Smash 4, but I learned this a while ago where if you're approaching a boomerang, just in case you lose the neutral, because they're probably doing dash ray boomerang or something like that, because that's a common scenario. If you want to DI away from the Links, and that'll make his follow-up completely impossible, if not 10 times harder.
Link's grab has no range. That's the only trick. They made sure Link's grab didn't have like crazy range.
Like every grab except Palutena.
Okay.
And tethers.
Link's up B can get low profiled for some reason. So if someone were to do like a Peach forward air, for example, on his shield, and he up B's out shield, his up B will actually miss. That's actually what happened to me at Smash Conference, because I was fighting Mutace and then afterwards Sam Sora later on. I was just like, oh, I can't up B out of shield because they pancake on the ground. They're too low to the ground, so up B doesn't hit. Oh no!
There's not. What about when they're unpancaking?
But they
can't shield.
They can shield.
So they go from a full duck, and then the next frame it's a shield. There's no animation that you can hit them on the way up.
If it's not that, it weak hits. His recovery is like kind of technical.
The up B part itself is the worst of the 3 Links.
It's the worst, but it's also the most dangerous.
It's the worst of the 3 Links, but because he also has the benefit of he's the best Link on the big blast zones. Because not only does he have good kill power where those big blast zones don't matter, but in addition to that, he that buffs his bomb recovery. So like he's gonna be better on like a Kalos than like a young Link and Toon Link in my opinion. Mainly because not only is he not going to have trouble killing, but he's also going to be recovering really, really well for a really long time.
It's okay. It's not the best, but it's okay.
Next, I'm going to talk about Young Link. Young Link is pretty much the opposite of Link in terms of a trade-off between KO power and speed. Young Link builds damage the fastest of all the Links, but his weakness, besides having significantly less range than Link, is his KO power suffers tremendously. Link is going to kill like 1.5 times faster than Young Link in a lot of scenarios, just because the moves don't kill. Now, on a small blast zone stage, you can combo into a kill. You can do things like Young Link's down tilt, and then do a jumping aerial up B. A lot of links try to do that type of finisher, for example. That's good, but it's not like super amazing. It's really good on like a small blast zone stage, but if the blast zone is really wide, you might struggle to get the kill. Young Link also has probably the best boomerang of the three, debatably. I say this because I tested it compared to Toon Link's. Toon Link's had a little bit more range, but Young Link's did 13 damage up close instead of like 9.5 that Toon Link's did. So the very close range, it is the safest and most damaging of the boomerangs. So in my personal opinion, he has the best boomerangs. Not just boomerangs, he also has the best arrows. You have fire arrows, you just press the B button, and you shoot a fire arrow really fast. It can combo, it puts him in a really annoying situation, and the damage is decent. It's just really safe and spammable. As far as bomb goes, I'm not really sure. His bombs do more damage than Toon Link's, but yeah, I don't know too much on the bombs.
They aren't the best, but they're still usable. They're kind of sluggish, to be honest.
Toon Link, when he throws it normally, it explodes, and when Young Link throws it from a standing position, the regular throw doesn't make it explode, but the smash throw makes it explode on landing.
That's very important for
and yeah, Young Link just does more damage than Toon Link's does.
At least that's good.
Yeah.
But besides that, they're not the best. They're usually just in case. Like if you use your boomerang, if you use arrows and then they get in, and you're just like, I don't have anything else but bombs, so.
Oh, another big strength of Young Link is his edge guarding. Depending on the situation, sometimes Link's is the best and sometimes Young Link's is the best. So Young Link, what he has the luxury of doing, he can literally just jump, nair, fast fall, and go to the bottom of the stage. He can even double jump nair again and still recover his up B. Because his nair is like a lingering hitbox, a lot of times you only need to tap the opponent very lightly, just push him away a little bit. That's usually more than enough to finish the job on most characters. In my personal opinion, Young Link's the easiest one to use. You pretty much just do dash ring, boomerang, and fire arrows. If the boomerang hits, you do like forward airs and stuff. If it's near the ledge, you can do like down tilt into up B or boomerang to like up B. I'm not sure if that always works. And there's bomb combos too. And he's just so good at racking damage, but he's the worst basically at the killing.
One other important thing to note is that he has the best back air. Because you can do short hop back air to back air.
And you can also short hop bear into, I think, landing there. Like, I forget.
You can press buttons with it, like mad buttons.
Young Link's weakness, by far the biggest one, without, not even close, is his KO power. A lot of the time he's just relying on getting a up B finisher, often starting by down tilt. That's what Tweak usually used to do. But a lot of his killing early is he's trying to get the aerial up B. If he does not land that, he's usually going to struggle at killing a lot of time. Now, this isn't too big of an issue in the sense that he does build damage easier than the other two Links by far. So you usually want to combo into the up B, or you want to get some edge guards. Or you can just keep playing the long game and hold the lead and just play the timeout game, and if they don't play it back with you, you still hold the advantage. So.
Besides that, his recovery, it's good, but vertically, it's not the best. If you don't have your double jump, it's mostly a horizontal recovery. Besides
it's pretty good vertically. I disagree.
Vertically, it's a little compared.
I think it's either the same or more than Toon Link's. It's one or the other.
His sword is short.
Yeah, he has the least range.
Someone can very easily just throw an attack at him and just be like, okay, well, that's it.
I would say range matters, but when you can literally just dash away boomerang, fire arrow,
I mean,
in a way, that kind of is range.
For recovery, it's important.
Oh, for recovery.
Because like you can up B and hit them with your sword before they touch you, like Link does. But since you have no range, it's unlikely that I'll hit them. And so they can just be like, oh yeah, I can just swing at this with like any character and you'll just die. That's another thing. Young Link's bombs take forever to explode. That means you can't bomb recovery very well. He has the worst bomb recovery.
Wait, I think Toon Link's takes the longest to explode, actually.
But Toon Link's floating, so he can get away with it. Compared to Young Link.
Toon Link is floaty.
So he can stall just long enough before it to explode and then come back. I see that often for Toon Link. But for Young Link, your speed is consistent and you're not really floaty. So once bad things happens, that's it. Your bomb will not save you.
Another weakness is that his out of shield is the slowest. As I said, his up B out of shield is the slowest of the three Links. And another weakness, according to what Mr. R tweeted like a month ago when he was playing Fleffen before DreamHack, he was saying how Young Link has a weakness that like you can just keep shielding against him, and Young Link can never get. It's really hard for Young Link to get the kill if they play to match it right.
Oh, that's right. Young Link doesn't do real shield damage compared to the other Links.
Well, the boomerang is safer.
It's safer, but how you gonna get through them shield if you don't do shield damage?
Yeah.
Because you need to at least be able to shield poke them, but if you don't do enough shield damage, it's just like, yikes.
you might just want to threaten the fact that you could technically just win by being in the lead by damage. So among the 3 links, because he doesn't kill early, but he builds the damage the most, that's common scenario. Well, not that common, but that is something to keep in mind. Next, I'll talk about Toon Link. Toon Link was introduced originally in Brawl. It's the Link from Wind Waker, and then it was put in Super Smash Bros. Brawl. At the very beginning of the game, everyone said he was easily the worst Link, but recently we've been realizing he's much better than perceived. I even lost to a Toon Link in tournament. After analyzing the character, reading more on Twitter, and my own personal experiences, I think the character's better than he's giving credit for. As far as being the best Link, I'm not sure about that, and I'll talk about this. Now, compared to Young Link, the Boomerang, the Gale Boomerang, it actually travels further, and it has a bigger, strong hitbox at like 9.5 damage on like the Boomerang. But overall, the Boomerang's the strength of the range, in my opinion, does not make up for the fact that Young Link's is 3.5 more damage at close range. So I would say Young Link still has the better Boomerang. The bombs take longer to explode, which, coupled with the fact that Young Link floats longer, can be useful in recovery. The up B is very similar. However, his up B at a shield, very important, his up B at a shield is a Bowser up B at a shield from the front. Bowser's up B at a shield is frame 6. Young Link's up B at a shield is also frame 6. So he's the best at up B at a shield of all the 3 Links. That's very important. If you're behind him, however, it's about 2 frames slower on average. So hit frame 8 on behind him. But even still, that's is the best up B. And usually it can kill Wolf around like 140%, and it's like pretty reliable at killing. It's just it hits you sideways off the stage, steps up for edge guards or ledge traps. It's a very, very good up B, and that is a very important strength in my personal opinion. Toon Link kills significantly better than Young Link, although surprisingly doing less damage. For example, the up air, full hop up air does 14 damage. Young Link's does 15, and Young Link's comes out significantly faster. And then you have the forward air. In my opinion, Toon Link's forward air is substantially better than Young Link's. Young Link's is great for the damage it does, but Toon Link's forward air is just so strong, and you can combo anytime you land Boomerang, you're basically getting a forward air afterwards. Or you can just YOLO and just do it and just try to hit him at any point. It hits surprisingly really hard. And the moment you hit them, you're probably just going to edge guard them. There's a very high chance you're just going to edge guard them. It hits really strong, and it hits at a nice angle as well. You can back air. I'm not a big fan of his nair because it doesn't protect him underneath. Up air takes a while to come out, but it hits really hard. Down air, it's kind of like a Ridley down air, except like better, basically. You can't really bounce off the people. It does spike in the beginning, so if you catch a buffered ledge jump, you can kill them pretty fast. Notably, something really good about the Young Link is that his tilts all combo. Toon Link's tilts, like down tilt, it actually combos to dash attack at low percents. Not to mention it trips at like half the time. Anyway, so it's basically a true combo even if it's not a training mode combo. At very specific low mid percents, F tilt also combos to dash attack or like knocks over, and if they miss attack it works, which is very common. And up tilts are really good. So his tilts are really, really good, and his dash attack's also really fast. So he has a really solid ground game. Speaking of ground game, another thing about Toon Link that's really important is that his running speed is the fastest of all the Links, and by a notable amount. You couple that with the fact that his up air to shield is the fastest, a Toon Link is going to spend a lot of time running around the ground. You can get from point A to point B quickly if they run, and if they touch your shield, like if Wolf does a nair to touch the shield, you literally just up B and just punish every single time. It's really safe, and that's a very effective way to play Toon Link. So if you combine those two strengths, you have a very good play style. Toon Link wants to run around on the ground, coupling his really, really good out of shield with his really good dash. And that, in my opinion, makes him significantly better than what people originally perceived.
One very important thing to note is that, surprisingly, for some reason, his back throw is a kill throw. Everyone always forgets about it every now and then because it's just like, oh yeah, all the Links just throw you, nothing happens. But for some reason, when it comes to Toon Link, when he back throws you, it's like an extremely strong throw. Okay, now for Toon Link's weaknesses, he's pretty floaty, and he doesn't really have that many straightforward things that he can abuse compared to like Link and Young Link, because like all he has is Boomerang and Bomb. Those are slower to use compared to like, let's say, Link's bomb that he gets to keep out forever and keep abusing, and his Boomerang.
Actually, all the Boomerangs are frame 27 when they come out.
Well, yes, but the thing is, Toon Link's floaty, and he already has this to sit in the air like forever. If you use any of his projectiles, they're just gonna be like, oh, lingering, and you're gonna be like, okay, I use my 2 projectiles, I'm floaty. Now what? But that's also another thing. Because he's floaty, he doesn't really have like anything to like just cover him below him
Yeah,
easily.
I think that's a
can't
huge
drift.
weakness. He has no way to cover underneath him.
Like,
he has to YOLO down or it's only go straight down.
And if you YOLO down, you probably will die.
Yeah, that's a huge weakness. Like, the other links just nair and don't care.
The other link's nair, the other link's down there.
And they just fall faster and move all directions in the air faster.
But Toon Link, he can't really do that. He just has to have a bomb and be like, okay, I hope this protects me.
That also means he can't do the Young Link Edgeguard with nairs. He can't Edgeguard below him. He's usually just killing you at like 100 with strong moves. Like forward air, for example. I think forward air is a common way to kill.
Yeah.
And up B kills at like 140.
Edge guarding was also weaker. That's another thing. So
Well, edge guarding below the stage specifically.
that's weaker. Like even Link can at least edge guard down there, even if it's a little bit. He can't do that as well. Like he has to throw a bomb down there or something. Like he has to make like a very tedious setup for no reason compared to the other links. His zoning is more sluggish. Like overall, his zoning is more sluggish. His recovery is also slow, but again, he has bombs, so he can just do a bomb recovery. It's very easy for you to get hit, but like I said, you have the bomb recovery. So compared to Young Link, it's a little bit of a better recovery, just a little bit. So you can't just like randomly just get gamped. You can just be like, okay, I'm gonna just hold my bomb and then try and recover. And if I get hit, it's okay. All I have to do is like air dodge low, and then just up B, and then get blown by my bomb, and then up B again, and I'm good. Overall, he's fine.
I think
He's much
Twink's actually
different.
above average.
Yeah, he's above average.
After fighting, I've now fought top links, Young Links, and Toon Links, and I think the Toon Link was harder than any Young Link I fought actually. So of the 3 links, it's actually pretty close between them. Like I wasn't really even sure how to order them all originally, but as time goes on, especially with the success of T, I've now come to the conclusion that I think currently that Link is the best Link. I do not think it's by a significant margin, but I do think that among the 3, he would be my pick for the best Link overall. His range, speed, bomb recovery, setups to kill, ledge trapping, safe nair, like he just has range. Like he pretty much has a way to handle a lot of different situations and pretty consistently. As for second best, I actually think it's approximately a tie between Toon Link and Young Link. Young Link has more strengths. Toon Link's game plan with like moving around and having a fast out of shield, along with the fact that he just needs less hits to kill you, feels like it kind of balances each other out. For a long time, I feel like Toon Link just went under the radar and became substantially underrated. But I don't think that's. I feel like it's really close and debatable, and I don't know who I pick for second or third. But I have Link as my number 1.
Obviously, you already know. I think Link's the best Link. Like Link just his meta just keeps advancing. Like I honestly think there's a huge gap compared to Jason because like reason why Link can do some crazy combos. He can basically nair infinite people. He has all kinds of edge guards. Like he can kill you extremely early for no reason as long as you have the technical ability. Compared to the other links, you can't really do that. Even if you like master all the technical and technical things with Young Link, for example, it won't compare to Link's because Link can literally just straight up raw kill you. Like Link can do footstool combos. He can do back air combos with like all kinds of nonsensical things with his bomb. Like he could just do that and just be like, oh yeah, you're at like 40, I'm just gonna kill you from 40. And you're just like, what? He can kill you at 0 with footstool combos and you're just like, what? And then he can transition into any of those things. That's the funny part. He can just transition into any of those other combos either way and you'll still die. He could be like, oh yeah, you think I'm gonna finish it with this combo? Time to mix it up with this forward air bomb combo. Up, you got Z-drop bomb forward air, drag down, Z-drop bomb forward air, drag down, like all across the stage, and then he kills you at like 100 with a run up B, and you're just like, what happened to me? Like crazy things like that. The recovery is very important, and he has many ways to mix up. Like let's say if he is on the ledge for whatever reason, he can actually just like leave that spot and go to the other side of the stage just by being like, oh yeah, I'm just gonna jump off stage. And you're like, but you use your double jump, and he can just blow himself up, go under the stage, go to the other side, grab the ledge, and be like, guess what? I'm on the other side, and you had to run over there. But because of like, let's say his percent wise, he could just be like, oh, I'm over here fast enough. Up, I'm back on stage. And you're just like, that made no sense. You did all these jank technical things just to be able to get on the stage. Well, Link can do that. Compared to the other Links, Link has like near infinite potential. That's why I think Link's the best. Like his potential will only keep going up, by the way, because his bomb. It's mostly because his bomb. He gets to do too many crazy things. Like he's literally a custom character. Like if you want to be a savage and just straight up run up to someone and fight, you can do that with Link. Like if you want to be a zoner, you can do that, and then you can just kill them for no reason as well. The other Links, let me think. I'm not sure who's better than who.
I don't know. I think they're like the same.
Yeah, I think so too. I think they're probably in the same
They're just
boat,
different.
honestly. Because
like Young Link has more strengths, but Toon Link kills in less hits, and his strengths are like give him a solid game plan too.
you could pick Toon Link and just be like, okay, setting up things is a little bit harder, but I can recover, at least sometimes compared to Young Link. But with Young Link, you can just be like, oh yeah, I can just like hold this position easily because I have arrows and boomerang and bomb and all these things, and I can keep throwing it out, and they're all safe. Like I should be fine until I'm off stage, like things like that.
Hey guys, thanks for watching my video. Let us know what you think in the comments below, and also let us know what you think in the comments below about which type of series you guys want next, and what you think of our opinions. Do you think it goes Link, then it's a tie between the next two, or what order would you put it? Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell. Hit the bell, hit the bell. It's next to subscribe. Hit it for notifications. And see you guys later.
See ya.